Okay, and we are back. Welcome to another one of my guides. I'm James Windsor, leader of the Bad Omen Guild on EURO. And this will be a guide on the Faceworm Nest on genetic. As you can see, I'm on my genetic right now. Before we get started, I'm going to go through what gear I'll be using. Double Poison Grass, which is Engkanto card, which will be 30% extra damage on poison monsters. Right. I'm using a King Tiger Doll Hat because, well, frankly, it's the best I got at the moment for doing this. Because I usually use this on my GX and other melee characters, but the proc combined with Engkanto makes it really good. Ideally, for a genetic, you would be running a Horn of Ancient with an Engkanto card in it, if you have access to one of those. Poison Grass Devil's Mask, not much to say here. You need Deadly for about like 95% of the instance, so that this is a must-have. I'm using Bloodsucker for anything all the way up to the Queen because of Life Leech. And then I will be switching that to a Happy Balloon. Here we go, where's that? There we go. Right, for extra drop chance. Now it's not much, but yeah, anything is better than nothing. Liberation Hurricane Fury, Expert Archer 5. Unfortunately, I do not have double Expert Archer 5 because, well, it didn't really work out the way I wanted it to. But nonetheless, this is going to be the main weapon of choice for doing this because of the high damage. GSS that I've actually found myself. Triple Int with a Menblat card. 1% extra for every 10 pure dex. And with 120 dex, this is my build. People are interested in that. 100 strength, 90 vitality to get stun immunity ideally, because once I'll run food buffs as well, and 120 int and 120 dex, and 2 luck because, well, I had nothing else to put it on. Ideally I'd want at least 1 more luck. We're using double hero rings, 4 dex in each. This one only has 2% attack damage and 2%, it's a little bit bad, but it's difficult to get a good one, and the other one is a little bit better. Dex 4 and 1% health, but no. 3% attack, which is fine. And we're using Temporal Dex Boots. Ideally I want this at 9+ as well, but I'm waiting for an Amber Knight to be able to get a 9+ deed, because I don't want to be shelling out that amount of Senny for just 1 more upgrade. We're running Lucky Day because it procs when we use Acid Bomb, whereas Beer's Power, I mean, if you proc it, that's amazing. You could be using Runaway Magic, I guess, as well. That does not proc off Card Cannon though, so Lucky Day will proc when you get hit and when you do damage. So it's pretty good, and obviously an Expert Archer enchant. For Shadow Gear, I'm using Physical Set along with a Gargantua, because insect type monsters, which is what these are. So the Physical Set combined with that for more damage and all that. So without further ado, oh yeah, right, we're using Mastellas and some buff foods, regular cannonballs for trash, and you would also like to bring, for example, right now I got an Aqua Robe with me for the second boss. It's not 100% necessary, but I would still recommend doing it. Also, Speed Potions is pretty good for certain parts of the instance. Let's see, what else do we have that we need to do? Right, Wildcat, this is for the final phase as well. You just want even more attack damage for the way I do it. Evil is also quite, well, it's not essential, but I would still recommend getting it. Now, if you have, like, and also you need a Silversmith Bracelet for the interruption. Now you can choose to not do this, but I would highly recommend doing it because it's a lot of free damage. Otherwise, if you're not using a 2-hander, a 1-hander plus an Alice shield will suffice. It will do pretty well. But as a genetic, I don't really feel like there's a need for this, because you should not be taking damage anyway. Right, okay, so we will be using bombs as well. Make sure you have your token of Siegfried. Right, so you go to the Eden group. Some of you might already know where this place is, but in case you don't, I'm just going to show you anyway. Talk to the cat hand agent. While we're walking, I'm actually having some Faceworm Nest challenges on Tuesday the 16th on my Twitch. Anyone who wants to join is more than welcome to do that. It's going to be a competition where I will be handing out a prize to the winner. Haven't really decided what the prize is going to be yet, but I figured we'd start off with something small and see how much people are interested in doing this. I've also started up a YouTube channel, people who want to join that, and I'm planning on putting up a Twitch as well. Okay, so this is where you enter the Faceworm. Right now the person holding the record is Thargod with 9 minutes 44 seconds, which is pretty fast. As far as I know, he's pretty good geared. He's a DBRK. Not sure if this is solo or not, so I can't really comment on that. Right, let's see, what else is there to say about this? Inside the instance, there are two things you want to be looking for. Now, the last boss, she will drop an MCA a lot of the time. Well, not all the time, but sometimes. Now, this is no matter how long the run takes, you have the same chance of getting an MCA. And she also has a 1% chance of dropping the Faceworm Queen Leg, well, it's a long word, dagger. Again, doesn't matter what time you have. However, the GSSs, like the giant god snake skins, these for example, there's so many variables to this, right? Whether how many plus you get, if you get a slot, and how many enchants, and if you get a special enchant, and how high the enchants are. So everything is time based. Okay? So from the moment you enter till the moment that you actually loot her, as far as I've understood it now, I can't confirm this officially, but it's dependent, like she drops 2 skins. One of them will be dependent on how fast you kill her, and the other one will be dependent on how fast you've done the entire instance. So we're gonna try to test this theory out. Like I tried it as well, and it does seem to make sense. So what you want to be doing here is, let's see, we're gonna do Berserk Potion. For those of you wondering, there is a point of doing this, because that means less animation delay. And we're gonna be doing Almighty, and we'll do full food buffs, right? And we're still not gonna be rocking instant cast, but that's not a problem. And the reason for this is because I'm using a Robe of Orleans. And it's not really an issue. And that noise really upsets me. Right. So once the timer starts, you'll be chased like this. I'm starting at the very top right, and I'm just gathering. You want to be counting them, because you don't need to kill all of them in one, like in every instance. Right now we have 4 chasing us. I think we're gonna need like 18 or 19 out of 21. I believe you can leave 2 or so. There's a little bit of an art to this, because if they get too close, they will hit lock you and you won't be able to move. Now they're not dangerous if you have the proper gear, but it will slow down your timer the more times you have to stop and kill them. So we're like keeping to the right here, because following this pattern you should be able to pick up all the ones you need. Now the templates will vary, because right now we have quite a few after us, but we will have to stop up here, because there is a trap. So, you do some Mastellas. See, we have 9 now, so we only need 7 to be able to get the boss. Whoops, that was not intentional. Right, so we have 2 here. Now if everything goes according to plan, we have 3. We should be able to make it to the boss with all of these behind us. That's 4. That's 5. Watch out for the traps, little puddles. That's 6. We needed 7, right? Okay. There's a lot of puddles here, and you want to avoid them, because the larvae, they hurt and they're annoying, and they will slow you down and they'll pull you back, and they'll just... It's like people paying with coins at the supermarket when they're in front of you, you know, it's just not fun. Right, okay. So, there we go. We'll do this. Now, the mini-boss will spawn right behind us, here. And then we start bombing him. Acid bombs are great for this. Once he dies, there'll be a chest spawning. As soon as you click that, the timer will... There we go. 2 minutes and 8 seconds for this part, right? The thing is, you can't slack either, because it does say that, yeah, okay, this is your timer, blah blah blah. However, this doesn't mean that the timer for the entire instance stops. It doesn't, so you just want to keep going as much as you, like, as fast as you possibly can anyway. So, we had to use a couple of Mastellas, but that's fine. I'm actually going to IG because we're low on SP. Now there's gonna be some RP here. When he says take care of the rest, okay, and disappears, that's when you can start running. And I'm sorry, but that sound really gets to me. Right. They will do some RPing. Like, you can't really do anything here because this is your starting point, these two trees, okay? Here we go. Rest, okay. And then it's gonna vanish. And we should be good to go now. There we go, see? 1, 2. And you keep to the right on the second part. Just to dodge, like you see all the puddles here, you don't want to get close to them, you really don't. Now, as a genetic, this can be a little bit tricky because you don't really have a lot of dodge. I actually thought about doing like an agility genetic, but I don't know, I didn't really... I will lose way too much damage by doing that. Now you will have to proc at least one of these, I believe. I mean, you might be able to dodge them, but probably not. Right, so I will usually stop here. Just out-heal their damage for a few seconds. Alright, so you kill the larvae and you kill a couple of... Those of you who play genetic will know this struggle, like with the whole rubber banding thing. 1, 2, 3. Right. And let's see, that's 4 out of 13. It's 5. Just careful with all of these. Like the puddles again. That's 6, that's 7. That's 8. And 9. We need 11. 10. One more, and we're good. Okay, there's 2 more. That works just fine as well. So, I mean, you could choose not to tank these, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Right, and when these die, switch over to an aqua robe. Okay? Because the boss is going to be... There's a puddle here somewhere, I just can't remember exactly where it is. Here we go, right. So you will start nuking me with water balls. There we go, see? And you want the robe of Alliance or Fen clip to make sure that you don't get interrupted by all the balls and not get shreked as well. So an aqua robe is amazing for this. I have to muscle a little bit, but it's not really a big deal. You do this and you click that, make sure you're not stuck in animation. We rebuff, and now it's time for the speed potions. I don't know, I'm actually not sure if they help. They help on my GX, but I think because I already have the fast movement speed, it doesn't really work. Right, make sure you switch back to deadly. Like before you... Okay, here... This is a really pain in the ass sort of thing, because between them spawning on top of you and you getting pulled back and things starting to explode and the larvae hitting you, this can turn really bad really fast. And you do this, right. Okay, now I'm gonna try to make sure I don't spawn the eggs up here. There is actually a way of doing this, if you're careful. If you don't walk too far ahead in a direction like this, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, you can actually gather, maybe not all of them, but most of them without spawning any eggs. Like triggering this instance part. If you go further than this, you will trigger the instance thing, right? We don't want to be doing that. So I'm actually going to be attempting to... So you can do a thorn wall and you can do it like this, but I mean, I'm just doing this to show you that it's actually possible. You won't be taking as much damage. Problem with this is you will have to demonic fire to get out. Right. So the thing is, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of 6. Amazing. I could have actually gotten all of them without stopping. I didn't do it though because I was a little bit unsure. But it's okay. We're all good, we're all good. So you kill these. You run down. He's gonna spawn. Like, he will spawn eggs like this. Just pull him away and then just bomb him. He might spawn new eggs now. Let's hope he doesn't. There's a possibility that he will though. Just out heal his damage, it's not much. Just continue to spam him. And when he dies, the eggs will stop counting as well. 1 minute 28. Okay. Then you run back down. There's gonna be eggs here, so just be very careful. God. Alright. Alright, fourth part. Watch out, okay? If you get hit, like by these poison puddles, you will get stuck and you will... I'm not gonna say you will die, but I'm going to say that it's going to be very unpleasant. Again, unless you have like a GTB or something, but I assume most people don't have that, so... We're gonna go with the assumption that you do not possess a GTB. I'm starting off by going down here, basically, because I don't really want to backtrack and walk over my own footsteps to waste time. So... remember where you walked down, because you don't want to be exploring that area again, basically. And I might have actually dropped the worm or something behind me, did I? No, I did not. Okay. Da, da, da. Okay, they're a little bit spread out now, so I might actually consider just stopping to kill them. You know what? We're actually going to do that. We're just going to kill them. Right, so we need 8 more. That's 1. Then you walk up to here. I mean, this isn't possibly like the best route, but it works for me. So that's 2, that's 3. There might actually be 1 down here. No? Okay, that's good. The thing is, you don't want to just like miss something because you're lazy, because then you might have to backtrack. 4, 5, 6. Is that not all of them? No, it's not. I need 2 more. Now, there could be 1 or 2 near where the boss spawns. We're gonna see if we can... Oh my god, these worms can be so retarded sometimes. And the deep positioning like does not... Okay, unless I'm wrong, that is all of them. So we're just gonna do this and see. Now, for this boss, you might actually have to start spamming Mastellas and stand in the poison cloud. It sucks, but... you can't do much about it. I mean, you can try to... like be right outside and hope that she doesn't, or he doesn't use it again. But there is a big chance that it's going to do it right on top of you. At which point, just spam Mastellas and kill it. And he's dead. 2 minutes 11 seconds, not super fast. Okay, now we're at the boss. I'm gonna switch gears. We want the happy balloons. Alright, is there anything else we want? Yes, we want a Silversmith bracelet. Right. Okay, so as I've done in my previous videos, it's going to basically be the same thing, almost, with a couple of exceptions. I'm gonna be doing this, so we do this, and then we do a int biscuit, right? Okay. And I want the Dex biscuit as well. Did I not take those out? I was so sure I did. Ah, bugger. Oh well. Right, so we have our spellbreak bracelet. There you click spam. Right. So when the thing is spawns here, you wanna try to make sure you're wearing an evil armor at first until you're sure that things are gonna go your way. So what we're gonna be doing is, we're not gonna be wasting much time. I'm just gonna throw 1 bomb just to and apparently we're not gonna be successful here. Alright. So we get it to change the thing, and now it's casting its earthquake, and we move away. It should be done by now, I think, isn't it? Alright. And it will change. And then we start nuking it. Okay, that sounds good. That's not what we want to happen. Okay, so we drag them into this. Now what you want to do is, even if things don't go your way, you want to... oh god. You want to try to keep dealing damage to it while things are not going your way. Because every second counts, so... it's going to enrage. Change to water. Oh no, no, no. Oh, thank god. Right. Let's see if we can get it to bug out. Okay, it's casting the thing again. Moving away. Now this is a little bit of a sloppy run, I guess. But we'll see if you guys get the gist of it. And it should change, like so. I'm interrupting all the eggs because, well... okay, so you drag them into here. I know this looks really, really messy, and honestly, it really is. But we wanna do this as fast as possible. There we go. Things seems to be quieting down, and we switch over to Wildcat for more damage. Make sure your buffs are up, and then just nuke. We're doing 300. Oh god, she enraged because I did too much damage too fast. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, see, she recovers and its attack power is increased because I did too much damage in too short amount of time. So this is not good, okay? You do not want this to happen. You really don't want this to happen. Because... Okay, now we're gonna reset her. Oh god. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Yep, that can happen. Yeah, okay. Now this is my bad, but don't worry. We have it under control. So I'm just showing, like, this is actually pretty good because it means I can show you if things don't actually go your way either, that it's still doable. Now we're gonna equip an aqua robe. Because, like, there's a super broken hitbox here. She's gonna start using this. This is exactly what I did not want to happen. Yeah, as a genetic, this is... Okay, this is actually good. Because now she's gonna unfreeze. And she's enraging again, and this is pretty good. Oh god, I really hope I'm out of this... No, I'm not. Okay, this is not going well at all. What the... Right. Yeah, okay, so basically this is my own doing because I did too much damage to her too fast. So I made her enraged and she went really, like, she just got pissy. What? Okay. Apparently we're having some server lag as well. That's interesting. Wow, this is some brutal lag spikes right here. And she's actually going to wreck me again. No? Okay. Okay, these water balls and things like this is getting pretty ridiculous now. Hopefully you'll get the gist of this anyway. As I said, I'm not pretending to be like a professional anyway, so things won't always be perfect. But hopefully we'll still have a decent drop rate or something. It looks hilarious though when you proc King Tiger Dollat and you're throwing bombs. Because he puts his hands up into the air. It's so funny. Hopefully she won't get up like super enraged again, I hope. Like she's actually snared in the one that's actually next to me right now, but since this instance it has more bugs than a beta game. No? Okay. Everything seems fine now. A little bit of a hiccup there in the beginning, coupled with some nice little lag spikes. Apparently she is in the snare right now. The one that's over here. That's quite interesting, I must say. As soon as she dies, you want to make sure that you click the chest over to our left here. She should be dead soon though. Like so. And our timer is pretty bad because of that little fuck up in the beginning. And our loot was even worse. Well, okay, that's a little bit embarrassing. I do hope you guys got the gist of it though. I could have saved at least a minute and a half. So I would have been at about 16 minutes-ish. Not perfect, not super bad either. We got absolutely nothing useful from this run. Well, at least it showed you guys how it's supposed to be done. Now, granted, it could have been way better. But, yeah. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. And, I mean, if you like it, follow me, subscribe, hell, donate $1, you know, share it with your friends, or hell, just even tell me that you enjoy it and you want more stuff. You can also do requests, come onto my Twitch and ask me to do things, or like personally coach you in some way. Aside from that, I will be doing more damage once I have a Dieter as well. And I need to switch out, I need to get another 10% on this one, for example, and yeah, there's a lot of other stuff as well, and not fuck up like I did in the beginning, because he enraged and like got 2.5 million health back. But aside from that, thank you very much for watching, and you're welcome to PM me anytime you want on Twitch or on EURO. So, thank you and have a nice day.